Hey guys, it's James here for my first ever YouTube video. Today I'm going to be talking about the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. The book talking about an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. Talking about how tiny changes can build remarkable results. It's a really great book. It's the one that I bought on my Kindle when I got it at the start of this year, and I got through the book really quickly. It was a lot of lessons that resonated with me. I saw a lot of people talking about it on YouTube, and I thought, right, I need to get on the bandwagon here because there's clearly some value to learn from this. And yeah, that's hopefully what I wanted to give to you guys in this video. Just to give a little background to myself, I'm a businessman based in the southeast of England. I've had my own businesses since the age of 15 in the digital marketing space, but most recently working in the logistics and real estate investment sectors in both residential and commercial real estate. So hopefully we've been bringing a bit of all that to you guys, a bit of business, but then also some personal development stuff to you also. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today in Atomic Habits. So the first part I talk about with regards to Atomic Habits is the framework for building a habit itself. So there's 4 parts to the framework for building a habit. You firstly got the cue, so the trigger for actually starting to perform the habit itself. You've then got the craving, which is sort of the motivation, the desire to achieve sort of the action that you're wanting to go out as part of this habit. Third, you've got the response, which is the action itself, the habit itself. And then lastly, you've got the reward, so the reason that you've done it and the reason that you feel good for doing it now. So I was going through the book itself and reading it. I thought, this really resonates with me. I can understand how this works, because I can see how in my own personal life I sort of built a habit itself which I should be carrying on with now, but I haven't. So last year, I had my own office over in an area called Kings Hill. So any of my viewers in Kent, you may know of it, it's sort of near the West Morning area. So with my office, I wanted to build up a habit of going to the gym every day after work. So obviously the trigger itself, the cue was leaving work. So I thought, right, straight after work, I want to go straight to the gym. It's on my way home, so it makes it easy, and that goes sort of into another of the lessons later on, which is to reduce the friction for a habit. That's some part of the frameworks for building a habit. So yeah, the trigger was leaving work, so I'm going to go to the gym straight away. So I'd leave work. The craving itself was me wanting to look a bit better, put on a bit of muscle, and yeah, feel better about myself, get in good shape. So I'm into boxing, and I get a lot of weight off through doing boxing, but then I didn't really have the muscle to go with it. I'd be weak as anything, so I wanted to have a bit of muscle in myself. Thirdly was actually going to the gym itself, so I'd get there, go and do my hour's workout, and then my reward for the habit was I go to the spa. So I went to a gym called David Lloyd in Kings Hill, really great gym there. If you're around the area and you can warrant going to David Lloyd, I'd highly recommend it, because they've got a really good gym with lots of great equipment in there and a lovely spa. You've got a good steam room, sauna, jacuzzi, nice swimming pool, indoor and outdoor, heated outdoor pool to go in, and it was a great reward and a real good reason why I stuck to the habit. I think for about 3 or 4 months, until I left my office and I moved to where I am now, in Queenborough in Kent, for the logistics and real estate businesses that I've become part of, which is my family business. Yeah, that made my habit really easy to perform for that bit of time. But now I'm there, I need to start it again. I've got a gym, that's New Snaps Fitness, which is just down the road from my office, so I'm going to hold myself to it. Now I'm going to save this YouTube video now. I'm going to stick to going to the gym, so hopefully you'll see me. I know Christmas is coming up, but hopefully get a bit of weight off. Okay, just quickly, did anyone hear my phone go off in the first part of this video, in the 4 parts of building up a habit? Because my phone just rang. I didn't hear it, I didn't hear it vibrate, and I didn't hear it ringing. So either I need to get my ears checked, or my phone's broken. Well, it is broken, the screen's smashed, but oh well. Anyway, off of that, let's talk about the 4 laws of behaviour change that James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits. Okay, so the first law of behaviour change that James talks about in the book is that you should make it obvious. So what you want to do is design your environment around your cues so there's less friction around actually starting to do the habit itself. So for example, in my case, I want to start up doing a skincare routine. So I've read up that on YouTube and on the internet that the earlier that you start doing a skincare routine, the more likely you're to see it pay off in later life. It's something that you're not going to see the results of now, but it's, well, not as much as the gym, because you can see it a little bit faster than with a skincare routine, but you're not likely to see the results at the start. But as you go on in life, you're apparently more likely to see it. But that's something else for another video that I can talk to you guys about. But what I'm wanting to do to make this habit easier and make it more obvious for myself is I've just got my moisturiser there next to my sink. So when I go into my bathroom, it's obvious for me to go ahead and do it. There's less friction there, and then I can build it on top of other habits as well, which is something that James Clear talks about, which is habit stacking. So habit stacking is the process of having multiple habits that follow on from each other, so it makes it easier for you to build a system of habits that leads to great results for you. So for example, with me putting habit stacking into this case of doing a skincare routine in my bathroom, what else am I going to do? I'm going to have a shower, brush my teeth. So what I'll do to stack the habits together, have my shower and then brush my teeth straight after, and then what's there waiting for me to do next? My moisturiser as part of my skincare routine, and then that starts off the process of me doing it. So that is the first law of behaviour change. Okay, so the next law of behaviour change is you want to make it attractive. So that's simply being make it more rewarding for you to do than not to do. So think, right, so in my case with going to the gym, I want to go to the gym because then I'm going to go to the spa afterwards, and that goes hand in hand with the fourth law of behaviour change. I've skipped over the third one, which is to make it immediately satisfying. So that's rewarded immediately gets repeated. So what you want to do is reward yourself immediately for doing it. So in my case, that is when I went to the gym, I'd go to the spa straight afterwards, and that was a great reward for myself. I could have a nice relax, detox from a good gym session as well as a good session at work for the day. Okay, and the last law of behaviour change, so going back to the third one now, is that you want to make it easy. So that goes hand in hand with the first law, which was to make it obvious. So the easier that you make it for yourself to perform the habit, the less friction there is in your environment, the more likely you are to do it, because at the end of the day, we're going to follow the path of least resistance, as spoken about in another book that I will talk about another point, which is The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. And that's a really great book. I listened to it on my holiday that I've just literally come back from today, so I'll talk about The War of Art another day. But yes, that's the fourth law of behaviour change. So the four laws of behaviour change, which are make it easy, make it obvious, make it immediately satisfying, and make it attractive. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about from Atomic Habits is doing something called habit tracking. So this is something that I've been implementing myself for a while now, on and off, using a platform called Notion, which I hope you guys have heard of, but if you haven't, please download it. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can take a look at it. It's a really great platform and it really has changed my life. I literally live my life in Notion, and hopefully I'll be bringing you guys some tutorials and to show you some of my templates and systems in Notion to make your life a little bit better. But anyway, habit tracking. So in the book, James Clear talks about how Ben Franklin, who we've all heard about here and there, from the age of 20 used to keep track of his habits, and in his notebook there's 13 personal virtues, what he called each day. He'd go each night and he'd tick off the progress that he was making towards doing them, and which ones he was doing each day and which ones he wasn't doing each day. So for example, always doing something useful was one of the examples of these 13 personal virtues, and another one was not to engage in, I think it was frivolous conversation, but it began with an F. But yeah, habit tracking is a great way for us to keep track of what we wanted to do each day. So it could be, right, I've gone to the gym today, I've done my skincare routine, I've recorded a YouTube video today. So if you can keep track of your habits each day, and you can see that sort of visual representation of you going from, you're seeing a lot of X's on your screen on your habit tracker to lots of tick boxes to show that you've been doing them, it's a lot more satisfying, and you can see the progress over time of you putting these habits into action, and you can hopefully see the tangible changes in your life of how seeing the change in habits over time has affected you. Last thing I wanted to talk about from Atomic Habits is the fact that James Clear talks about that we should focus on building systems rather than goals themselves. And this is something that I've started to resonate with after reading the book. For years now, I think since I started up in my businesses, and I watched a guy called Stefan on Project Life Mastery, a really great YouTube channel that I followed for many years. He used to set goals every year and then do monthly goals reports on his YouTube channel, and since then I started setting goals myself each year, which is really great, and you can obviously see a lot of progress over the years from doing them. But one thing which James talks about in the book is that goals just result in momentary change, they're not lasting change, and that's something that we want to do through building habits. We want to build habits which then in turn create systems which then results in the lasting change for our life. So if we can, instead of saying I want to achieve 10,000 subscribers of my YouTube channel, for example, if I can then instead say, right, I want to get into the process of releasing 2 YouTube videos a week, which is the habit I actually want to do, so keep a lookout for my next video this week. I'll then have a greater long-term habit, and then I'll be more likely to achieve long-term success, because when we reach that goal, say 10,000 subscribers, we'll then be like, oh, I've got it now, what's next? Obviously you can set another goal, but the way you got there was through having a system, and that's what I really have taken away from Atomic Habits, and that's something I want to do in my life now, is build more systems rather than goals. Okay guys, so my battery ran out at the end of that, but yeah, that's my lessons that I've learned and the takeaways that I've got from Atomic Habits by James Clear. A really, really great book, and I really suggest reading it, especially on the Kindle. The Kindle really has changed my game with reading since I got it. I'm going to do another video talking about the Kindle and what I find are the benefits of it, and hopefully why you guys would enjoy it too. So that'll be something I'll talk about in another video. But until the next video guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a few days time with my second ever YouTube video. Take care, have a good one guys, bye.